Hello, Paul Johnson. It's nice to meet you.
Thanks, it's nice to meet you too.
I'm Rebecca DeMont. I'll be interviewing you today. Your shirt looks nice. Where did you get that?
Oh, thank you. Walmart.
How about those shoes? Are they leather?
Yes, they are.
Why do you want to work here, Paul?
I need a job very badly. I have a young child.
Boy or a girl?
A boy, Luke.
How old?
He's 7.
Oh, the age of reason. Did you know that historically and cross-culturally, 7 is often recognized as an age of reason, a time when children experience huge cognitive growths?
I hadn't heard that. That's really interesting. I'll tell him about that when I get home. He'll like that.
I'm sympathetic about your situation, Paul, but many people need a job. Why would I hire you?
I work well independently and in a team environment. I arrive on time.
So, you think it's a bonus when you show up on time. I'm not impressed. Everybody says this. I read that too on the internet when I searched for job interviews.
I think you'll find that I'm a really hard worker.
You're talking as though you already have the job. You could work hard but still be crappy. Lots of people do that. So why would we want you here?
I'm a quick learner. I'm able to start work immediately.
Are you sexist?
No.
Really? So you grew up in this culture and managed to not be sexist. I suppose you're not racist either.
I don't think so.
Do you think that advertising works?
Yeah.
How do you think advertising works?
It sells products by showing happy people.
So, people in ads are happy. Is there anything else about them that stands out to you?
They're attractive.
So, that's your idea of what is attractive? What we see in the ads? Young women with large breasts, wiggling their butts in your face?
It's what's inside that counts.
I can agree with that. What's inside you?
I have a big heart. I'm a nice person. I try to live by the golden rule. I try to follow my ethics too. I care about the environment. We use energy efficient light bulbs. We recycle. I try to always be kind to others.
Do you believe that you are what you eat?
Yes, I eat a balanced diet.
What's your idea of a balanced diet?
I try to follow the 4 food groups, some meat, vegetables, fruit, grains.
So, you follow the guidelines set by the meat and dairy industries. That's nice for them. Whose meat do you eat?
I go to a butcher shop near my house.
What does the word butcher bring to your mind?
A job?
Is it a job that you would want? Would you work as a butcher?
No, not unless I was desperate.
What about a job at a slaughterhouse?
That's not my thing either. I can't imagine telling my wife and friends that I got a job at a slaughterhouse.
So, killing for a living is not your thing, but you'll pay desperate people to do it for you, and you seem to think they are beneath you. That's nice. You wouldn't feel good about killing helpless individuals for money, but you'll pay other people to do your dirty work for you. Do you think anyone wants to work at a slaughterhouse?
I don't know.
What do you know about slaughterhouses? Do you know that slaughterhouse workers have injury and illness far above the national average and the highest of all employee turnover rates?
I didn't know that.
Do you know that the desperate, as you put it, people working in slaughterhouses are predominantly people of color living in low-income communities?
I wasn't aware of that either.
Did you know that the factory farms that come into these communities foul the air and water and lower the property values, causing the people living in these communities to be further impoverished?
Why are we talking about slaughterhouses when I'm applying for this job?
I'm curious about whether or not you think it's acceptable to support some of the most egregious moral crimes of today. I'm looking to hire a decent human being. I'm having trouble finding one. If you were in my position, what kind of person would you hire? Someone who brings a lot of unnecessary harm into the world, all to satisfy fleeting pleasures? Someone who would conform with vile cultural practices rather than stand out in a crowd? Do you think it's okay to cut a pig's scrotum without pain relief so you can have a ham sandwich for lunch? You said you live by the golden rule. Would you like to have your scrotum cut without pain relief?
No.
Would you like to live indoors in a tiny cage that you can barely move around in, only to be hung upside down in an assembly line and have your throat slit?
No.
Do you know about farrowing crates? Mother pigs are imprisoned in cages so small they can't even stand up or turn around. They are forced to live in horrific conditions to maximize profits.
That's horrible. I don't know much about how pigs are treated.
How about chickens, lambs, cows, the other animals you eat?
I don't know much about this topic.
What important topics do you know about? Where did that shirt of yours come from?
From Walmart, I said.
So, Walmart is your shirt's mommy? Was it born there?
No.
Do you know how it was made? How it came to be?
No.
Do you know that cotton is the crop that uses the greatest amount of pesticides, and that these pesticides seep into nearby waterways, killing fish and harming the food chain?
No.
Do you know who picks the cotton and makes the shirts?
No.
They're often made in overseas factories with workers, including children, who are underpaid and exploited, themselves wearing rags. Is that what you would want for your son?
No.
But it's okay to support an industry that exploits other people and their children?
No.
But you bought that shirt anyway? What about your shoes? Do you know the story behind your shoes?
No.
I'm not surprised. A lot of leather is sourced from India.
Aren't cows holy in India?
They're supposed to be. They're revered for their gentle mothering. But greed leads to corruption everywhere, even in India. They're often killed using crude tools and in filthy conditions. So that the skin doesn't rot, it has to be tanned. The tanning process is damaging to the environment and exposes workers to chemicals.
I wasn't aware of that either.
Do you think that ignorance is a good excuse for hurting others?
No.
Have you been living under a rock for the past 20 years?
No.
What I'm telling you is routinely in the news and has long been. Don't you think you should have investigated all this by now?
I've been meaning to do that.
Your victims would be glad to hear that if they were still alive. Are you online?
Yes.
What do you do online? Watch porn?
Catch up with friends on Facebook.
So, you know there are important things you should be researching, but you have failed to do so. You're a procrastinator then, even about things that are very important. You use your internet access to socialize rather than learning about the consequences of your actions. Do you care about the consequences of your actions?
Yes.
Then why don't you act like it? I'm trying to find a person with integrity.
I'm doing more than most people I know. You're making me sound like a terrible person, but I'm not.
How would you define a terrible person?
Someone who hurts others?
Like animals in factory farms? Children and other exploited workers? Are you happy with the way the world is today? Do you like water pollution, foul air, deforestation, global warming? Is this the world you want for Luke and his peers?
No, I think we need to make the world a better place. I often worry about the future.
And you should. You say that you are doing more than most, and yet it appears you are doing next to nothing and causing a lot of harm. So, how is the world supposed to improve? Why would I want to hire you? Do you think people working here would like to have you as a colleague?
I'm willing to learn. I came in here thinking this was just another job, but now I'm impressed. I'm enthusiastic. Also ashamed. I should have known all this stuff. You're right, I have been spending too much time on Facebook.
I think our schools should be teaching humane education, and they're not. I doubt your friends and family are aware of all these important issues either. If you are genuinely interested in working for us, I'll give you a chance.
Yes, I'm interested.
Our company is an enriching place to work. There are opportunities in arts and music. We have family activities. We work together as a community of learners. We educate each other about important issues so that we can live with integrity.
That's awesome.
We don't want you spending our money on things we don't agree with. The next time you buy a shirt, what are you going to do?
Next time I'll buy a used one from a thrift store.
Good. How about shoes?
No more leather for me.
What are you going to bring to work for lunch?
No meat. Actually, I have a Facebook friend who's a vegan. I'm sure she'd be happy to help me. I'll look up some recipes. I'll bring in a vegan lunch to work.
How will you get to work?
I ride a bike.
Excellent. You're doing better than I am in that regard. I still drive a car to work. Listen, I'm not perfect. None of us are. But we all must do the best we can.
I know.
There's always more to learn. People, animals, and the environment need for us to be kind.
I know.
We need to live our values. We need to practice the golden rule.
I know.
Be here at 9 o'clock Monday morning.
Oh, really? Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. I won't let you down. Monday at 9 it is. Thank you.